The war between Russia and Ukraine has Europe on edge. Putin's forces continue to gain ground. On the other side, NATO is throwing its weight behind Zelensky. From the United States to Poland, the Western security bloc is rooting for Ukraine. Putin says that Ukraine has become NATO's proxy, while NATO accuses Putin of being a warmonger. But amid the Russia-Ukraine war, another conflict has emerged. And it's not in Asia or Europe, but in Africa. For years, the bridge between Europe and Africa has been Morocco. The North African country borders the Atlantic Ocean to its west and Spain to its north, divided by the Strait of Gibraltar. Morocco is just 14 kilometers away from Spain. The two nations share cultural, diplomatic and military ties, and close relations with Spain have allowed Morocco to build closer ties with Spain's NATO allies, particularly the United States and France. And throughout 2024, Rabat has been on a weapons buying spree. In July, Morocco placed an order for 200 Army Tactical Missile Systems or ATACMS, along with US-made HIMARS launchers. Following that, Morocco placed an order for 90 F-16 Block 70 aircraft from Lockheed Martin and over 600 Javelin anti-tank shoulder-fired missiles. The deliveries for all these weapons are scheduled for 2026. In fact, Morocco will get the weapons before other American allies like Taiwan and South Korea. But the deals with the United States are not surprising. Morocco has a history of buying only American and French weapons, particularly fighter jets like the American F-16 and F-5 and the French Mirage F-1. Rabat has always relied only on Washington and Paris, and the country has pledged to strengthen its military even more over tensions with neighboring Algeria, particularly over Western Sahara. A former Spanish colony, Western Sahara is a sparsely populated region in northwestern Africa. It was annexed by Morocco in 1975 and has been a point of contention between Rabat and the region's indigenous Sahrawi people led by the Polisario Front. However, over the years, Morocco's Western allies, like the US, France, Spain, and even Israel, have said that Morocco has sovereignty over Western Sahara. And this has ticked off Morocco's neighbor, Algeria. Algeria has denounced the international support Morocco has gotten over Western Sahara. Instead, Algiers wants to implement the United Nations plan for a referendum in Western Sahara. On the other hand, Morocco labels the Sahrawi people pro-Algeria and a threat to its sovereignty. Morocco's bad blood with Algeria goes back to the colonial era, and tensions didn't settle down until Morocco gained independence from France in 1956. But then, the two African neighbors fought a bloody war in 1963 known as the Sand War. The fighting ended in a stalemate. Tensions again erupted in 1975 over Western Sahara. Throughout the 1990s and 2000s, Algeria and Morocco accused each other of carrying out small-scale attacks. And then, in 2021, Algeria cut ties with Morocco. Since then, the two countries have focused on modernizing their militaries, and Morocco has tilted west while Algeria has looked towards Russia. Algiers officially turned the page in its diplomatic books when it joined the BRICS group in September this year. With diplomatic backing in place, Algeria is now on the search for matching metal with metal. With Morocco modernizing its military and tensions rising with its neighbor, Algeria is now scouting for modern weapons. Algiers has a history of buying weapons from Moscow, particularly fighter jets. Even today, Algeria only flies Russian jets like the MiG-29, the Su-24, the Su-30 and the Yakolev 130. And it looks like that legacy is going to continue. Algeria's media reports that the country has placed an order for Russia's stealth fighter jet, the Sukhoi 57. Russia too has confirmed that one nation has placed an order for 14 Su-57 jets. However, Moscow has not yet disclosed the buyer's name. But Russia's arms exporter, the Rosoboron Export, has confirmed the deal, which happened in November at China's Zhuhai Air Show.
An excellent aircraft, the Su-57. It has been performing great. Already in the first combat use, it has proven itself very well.
The developments mean that Algeria would become the first customer for Russia's stealth jet and the first nation in Africa and the Arab world to operate stealth fighter jets. The move will take away Morocco's edge over its neighbor in the air, as the F-16 would be inferior to the Su-57, and the Russian stealth jets in Algeria would put nearby NATO members like Spain and Italy on the back foot, as the Eurofighter Typhoons would now face stiff competition from the Su-57. The Su-57 is Russia's only stealth fighter aircraft, and Algeria has been eyeing the jet for years. Nicknamed the Felon, the single-crewed stealth jet is known for its maneuverability, speed, and long flight capability. Compared to the American F-22 and F-35, it also carries more advanced weapons compared to other stealth jets, and can shoot down targets at distances twice as great as its American and Chinese counterparts. The Su-57 is also cheaper compared to the American stealth jets and can carry more fuel and ammo. And once Algeria acquires the Su-57, it gets a clear edge not just over Morocco but even Spain, as relations between the two nations deteriorate over Madrid's support to Rabat. Algeria has maintained close relations with Russia for decades. All its fighter jets, anti-aircraft systems and tanks are Russian, and the country is now one of the strongest in Africa. Algeria is ranked 26th in the Global Firepower Index and is second only to Egypt in Africa. However, when compared to Morocco, Algeria does have some competition. In terms of active military personnel, Algeria has almost 1.5 times the troops. Algeria has almost double the number of fighter jets. But on the ground, Morocco and Algeria are neck and neck in tank and artillery regimental strength. Though Algeria's navy is far ahead and has 6 submarines compared to Morocco's 0. Algeria is one of the 3 African nations to operate submersible warships. However, despite the larger numbers, Morocco's weapons are more modern and are newer compared to Algeria's. As Algeria and Russia strengthen their long-standing military relations, Putin has promised to provide unconditional support to Algiers. Russia is challenging NATO in Africa, and Algeria wants to play its part. The Su-57 deal is just the beginning of an escalating arms race in Africa.